As the sun disappeared, ancient humans didn't simply go to sleep. The first thing they had to do was prepare the fire. To the flames, the fire had to stay alive because it provided warmth, light, and some protection from animals moving through the darkness. But the fire wasn't the only thing they prepared. Before sleeping, the group would finish whatever food was left. Animal hides were arranged, and the sleeping area was prepared. There were no soft mattresses or comfortable beds. People slept on natural materials such as grass, leaves, hides, or other materials available in their environment. But comfort wasn't the biggest concern. Safety was. The group needed a place where they were protected from weather and, as much as possible, from dangerous animals. Once the sleeping area was ready, something interesting happened. People talked. Around the fire, ancient humans could share information about the day. A hunter might talk about where animals had been found. Someone might explain where fresh water was available. Others could warn the group about dangerous places or predators, and children would listen. These conversations weren't just entertainment. They were a way of passing knowledge from one generation to another. There were no books, no maps, no internet, so important information had to be remembered. And stories made that easier. A story about a dangerous animal could teach children what to avoid. A story about a successful hunt could teach young hunters what to look for. A story about a particular location could help the group remember. In this way, storytelling became part of survival. But as the night became darker, the conversations slowly became quieter. The fire continued burning. Some people settled down to sleep. Others may have remained awake for longer, because the night was not completely safe. Outside the firelight, animals were still moving. Branches could break. Strange sounds could come from the darkness. And without modern buildings or locked doors, the group had very little protection. This meant sleeping was also about trusting the group. Someone might wake up during the night. Someone might tend the fire. Someone might notice unusual sounds. And eventually, everyone would return to sleep. Their nights were probably not always perfectly peaceful. Sleep could be interrupted by cold, noise, insects, animals, children, or other environmental conditions. But the basic routine was surprisingly familiar. Food, fire, conversation, preparation, then sleep. And when morning finally arrived, the entire process started again. The fire would be brought back to life, food would be prepared, tools would be collected, and the group would begin another day. Thousands of years later, our bedtime routine looks completely different. We turn off electric lights, check our phones, set alarms, and climb into comfortable beds. But one part may not have changed at all. Before humans go to sleep, we still look for the same thing ancient humans did: safety. And sometimes, a good story before the day ends.